Hey everybody. I know it's been a little while. We've been off the radar for some time now. A lot of things going on in our personal lives that we've been taking care of. On my end, I started a new job recently, and I'm also going to be having twins in March. So I had a lot going on, but I wanted to get back into making some videos for you all. Plus, we're starting a class in January, so I wanted to get some content out there so you guys could have kind of a preview of what you might expect to see in that class if you happen to sign up, which I encourage you to. So, I'm going to do a video series on the subject of emotional intelligence. Now, originally, I had planned to do it as one video. If you've done any research into the topic, you'll find why this is going to be a series. There is a ton of stuff out there. For a little bit of background, emotional intelligence, or EI or EQ, depending on what you read, was a concept that first showed up in the 60s. It was written in some papers and some studies then, and it didn't get a lot of attention till the mid-90s. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if it was a cultural thing or what. And even now, if you say emotional intelligence, people think you're about to give them some, kumbaya, hold hands stuff. And some of it is about being in touch with yourself emotionally, so I can see that, but there's a lot more to it, as you'll see. In 1995, there was a book written, and all of a sudden it got a lot more attention. Since then, there are several models, which we'll go over in some later videos. It's taught all over the place now, especially in terms of business leadership. You can find classes, you can buy thousands of books and watch videos on it. We have a very particular spin to how we see leadership, as you've seen, if you've seen really any of our videos, and emotional intelligence fits into what it is that we think leadership should be. So, instead of one video that would take me a while, I'm going to do this in some small bites so you can absorb it, and obviously, if you want to go do some research, you can fact check me if you like, that's fine. But this is one of those subjects that could spawn a lot of debate, and I'd like that to happen because I like these type of professional discussions where people are bouncing ideas back and forth. So if you do decide to comment on the video, please, as always, try to keep it professional. So, what is emotional intelligence? And I'm going to read you a definition, and then I'm going to break down for you just a little bit. So, emotional intelligence is the capability of individuals to recognize their own emotions, and those of others, to discern between different feelings and label them appropriately, use emotional information to guide your thinking and your behavior, and to manage and adjust emotions to adapt to environments and to achieve one's goals. So, basically, it just means understanding what you're feeling about the situation that you're in. And from a leadership perspective, because, as you've noticed, we teach leadership, it is to recognize the emotions and the feelings of the people on your team. Now, why is that important? Just as a broad concept, and I'll weave this into the rest of the videos, obviously. We have said so many times that it is critical for a person who's in a leadership position, who wants to be a leader, to know their people. Okay? That includes knowing their emotions and their different emotional states. Now, I'm not saying you need to be 100% always in tune with how your people are feeling. What I'm saying is it is absolutely vital for you to recognize, call it a baseline emotional state of your teammates. So if you know that your employee, John, is normally like this, and today he's acting like this, and it could be good or bad, you need to be able to recognize that. That is emotional intelligence. It's your ability as the person in charge, the leader, the person who's responsible for the well-being of the team, and moving the team to the next step and achieving goals, knowing that John is maybe having a bad day or having a good day. Hey, John, hey, I noticed that you're in a great mood today. What's going on? And now you have a conversation, and now you know some more about John than you knew 10 minutes ago. And John sees that you're actually paying attention to him, and he knows that you care about him. And it isn't just kind of a half-hearted, hey, John, in the hallway, what's going on? Hey, by the way, who does that? Who walks by a person and just says, hey, how's your day going, as you walk by the person and don't actually stop and talk to them? Someone Ocho brought it to me like a month ago, and I thought it was really interesting that we all ask each other, hey, how's it going, as you walk by. Sidebar, we can talk more about that if you want to. Maybe I'll do a video. Anyway, so, and On the other side of that, if John's having a bad day, hey John, what's going on? You don't seem like yourself today. And he can, if he wants, in most professions, volunteer what's going on. So now you have a better gauge on how John's doing as a person. So maybe John's going through a divorce. Maybe John just lost his mom to cancer, and now you have this big project. Maybe now's not the time to give John the big project. You see how that's important? Because if you don't know that about him and you go, hey, here's this giant project, one, he's going to think, doesn't he know that I'm not doing that well right now, that I'm having these issues go on? And he's also going to go, oh man, how am I going to do this? His performance may lag, his confidence may lag. All the things that you don't want to happen are going to happen, where if you would be paying attention to John's emotions and considering his feelings, that you would not have done it. You'd have given it to somebody else. You know, John may be asked why. After he told you that he was having some issues, you may go, hey, you're having a tough time right now. I want you to be involved in the project, but let's let someone else lead it for right now. That's why emotional intelligence is extremely, extremely valuable to a leader, to somebody who wants to lead people, because it just furthers your understanding. So what I would encourage you to do is go out, that definition I got you, right off Wikipedia. So, do with that what you want. There's 1,000 other definitions. I read probably, I don't know, a dozen other definitions from different people who had little different spins on it, but they all kind of come back to this basic understanding your own emotions and how to act on them or not act on them. Because, sometimes you want to give someone a finger in the car. Not doing that, that's emotional intelligence. Just understanding who you are as a person, what upsets you. And, more importantly, for our purposes, understanding the emotions and the feelings of your team members. So, next time, what we're going to talk about is the different models. And there are actually several, but there are 3 that are the main ones. There's the mixed model, which that was kind of the one that the guy who blew up the whole idea of EQ or EI, that was his model. There's the ability model, which came a little bit before the mixed model, and then there's the trait model. And we will talk about each one of those in separate videos. So, any questions, leave them below. Send me a message. I can answer them for you. Again, this is one of those things that people kind of have, like, they get hung up on this thing, and I don't really know why, because it's a pretty simple kind of thing that I think that you should be in tune with, in touch with, as far as leadership goes. If you disagree, that's great. Put it below, and we can talk about it. Again, professionally, of course. That is all for now, and like I said, this is going to be a couple of videos. I'm thinking probably 3 to 4, and then I'll move on to another topic after that. If you have any suggestions for topics, let me know. Let Ocho know, and we can do those for you. We can answer questions for you. And again, we're going to have a class. That's our leadership basic class starting in January. It's 8 weeks. If you're interested, if you like what you've seen so far on our website and what you're seeing right now in this video, obviously send us a message and we can get you some more details and how to sign up. That's all for now.